LLC stands for limited liability company. This gives you limited liability protection from what happens in your business. And so if your business were to get sued, your personal assets would be protected if you had an LLC. If you don't have an LLC, your personal assets will be at risk. And so the main reason why you would get an LLC, it would be for the limited liability protection. Now that you know what an LLC is, let's talk about the two ways you can file an LLC for free. First, you can go to the Secretary of State website in the state that you choose to form your LLC, or you can go with a business formation company. The benefits of going with a formation company is that if they make an error, depending on the formation company that you choose, they're willing to correct that error free of charge. Versus if you go directly with the Secretary of State, any mistakes that you make, known or unknown, you will have to fix them yourself or pay an expensive lawyer later on down the line to fix them. And so I personally believe the best option is to file your LLC paperwork with a business formation company. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go through the 11 steps that you should follow to make sure that your LLC is set up properly. And for the first step, we have choosing a business name. You want to make sure it's available across social media. And so once you have a business name that clearly represents your brand and is available across social media, it's now time to move on to step 2, and that is choosing the state of formation. In most cases, you want to go with your home state or the state that you are currently living in, because that will be the same state that you pay taxes as a single member LLC. If you are considering forming an LLC in another state outside of your home state, then it might be a good time to consult a lawyer. But in most cases, if you go with your home state, you'll be good to go. Step 3, and that's choosing a registered agent. A registered agent is an organization or a person that takes official mail on your business's behalf. And so the registered agent has to be available during normal working hours. And typically it's recommended that you aren't your own registered agent because the registered agent address is public record. And what's great about a business formation company is that they can also act as your registered agent, which moves me on to step 4, and that's filing your articles of organization. This is the official paperwork that says that your single member LLC has been officially formed with your state. And two really good formation companies that can file this document for you are Taylor Brands and Zen Business. Taylor Brands is a good all-in-one solution. With Zen Business, you'll have to get their virtual address separate, but Zen Business has amazing customer service. You can learn more about them in the description below. And so even though you formed your LLC, you have a few steps that you still need to do to make sure that your LLC is protected and won't get shut down. Next, we have filing the operating agreement. And so the operating agreement is like the rule book for your business. It includes who are the owners of the business, what are their responsibilities, what percentages of the profits will they receive, and what would happen to the profits of the business if it were to close down. And so the operating agreement is a helpful document to fill out, especially if you plan on adding or currently have business partners in your business. Moving on to the next step, and that is getting an EIN. An EIN stands for an employer identification number. Business owners would need an EIN to help separate themselves from the business to the IRS. And so the IRS looks to the EIN to identify your business, just like it looks at your social security card to identify you. So all business owners would benefit from getting an EIN. I've left a step-by-step tutorial on how to get a free EIN in the description below. And so once you get that EIN, which in most cases you get back from the IRS in less than an hour, you can now open up a business checking account. And so it's important for business owners to have a business checking account to separate their personal money from the money of their business. If you use your personal account as your business account as well, if you were to get sued or you were to go to court, they can argue that you pierced the corporate veil, which could cause you to lose your LLC protections. And so having a business bank account is a very important step to making sure that your LLC is properly set up. And you can set up a business bank account for free. Two of my favorite accounts are Bluevine and Relay. And when it comes to having business accounts, it's really important to have a backup just in case something were to happen to your main account. And now we're on to step 8, which is looking into permits and licenses. And so this is dependent on what type of business you have. And so in the state of Texas, if business owners are selling physical or digital products, in most cases they'll need a sales tax permit. It's important to look at your individual state of formation and see what licenses or permits are required. If you're not sure what you need to do, that's where the business formation company can step in and help you. Now it's time to get your DUNS number. And so your DUNS number is a unique 9-digit number that you can get from Dun & Bradstreet. This is how lenders determine whether or not to give your business credit. It should take anywhere between a week to 4 weeks to get your free DUNS number back from Dun & Bradstreet. Once you do so, you then want to apply for business credit cards. The best beginner-friendly business card is the Divvy card. This acts as a charge card, which means that you have to pay the balance right away, but it's a great beginner-friendly card, and you can get the Divvy business card with a simple soft pull on your personal credit. And so if you don't want your personal credit affected, Divvy is a great beginner-friendly business card. Moving on, it's now time to apply to grant. If you don't know, grants are debt-free funding that you can use to grow your business. I have a ton of videos on my channel about grants. You can get access to exclusive grants that you're not going to see anywhere else in my free business community. And if that sounds interesting to you, you can check out more information to the community linked in the description below. And so if you've gotten to this point, you know the 11 steps that business owners need to do to have their LLC set up from start to finish. And let me know if you have any questions in the description below, and make sure to watch this video right here as I'll walk you through how to set up your LLC with Taylor Brands.